Well, hello, Robert Heffernan with Endotech AI for FinTech. This is Blockchain Vitals. It's our weekly segment, talking that weekly fractal, and what a couple of weeks this has been. I am a master endotechnician. When I trade, I'm in the matrix. You know, I spent almost 30 years on the trading floor. Now they've closed that because of, well, let's do the rounds. Doing the rounds, my chance to talk about what's happening in the crypto sphere. And all stories still around coronavirus, COVID-19, SOS. That stands for Save Our Ship. Right now it stands for Save Our System. Excuse me. I haven't been tested, but I don't think I have it. I actually think I might have had it. That's a story for another segment, though. I just want to touch on a couple of things I think going on in my mind anyway, for sure. And that is, although this is incredibly painful from a financial standpoint for a lot of people, and forget the finances, emotionally, for so many people losing loved ones, I am in the camp that our older population should be our most treasured. And it's just beyond brutal what is going on, losing so many older people throughout the world. And my heart goes out and my prayers go out to all the families of people that are losing loved ones to this, for sure. On the COVID-19 side of things and winning this war against it, I just want to point out a couple of things. That the incredible amount of weight being applied towards this crisis, intellectual weight, computing weight, sharing of information, sharing of what is working, what is not. I am in the camp that this thing is not going to drag on and drag on and drag on. I heard so many comparisons to 1918, and we are not in a 1918 world. I said this on a different segment. We don't have doctors doing discovery and then getting into their horse and carriage and going to the telegraph office to telegraph their working, compatriots across the pond who have to get in their horse and carriage and go to the telegraph office to see what the heck they're doing. It's a different world. With the amount of technology and the amount of weight being thrown at this, I do not see it lasting like it did then, multiple seasons of flu. And I will say this, that this virus that I think it was a TED Talk from Bill Gates in 2015, pointing out that this is the new norm. This is the new greatest threat to the way that we live our lives. And I have to believe that going forward here, we are going to be way better prepared the next time something like this happens, especially in the diagnostic and testing standpoint. From that standpoint, if we had an incredibly robust diagnostic and testing, almost like a breathalyzer, how fast this could be shut down, how fast people could be quarantined. If you could test everybody and have results in minutes rather than days. Actually, we now have tests down to 45 minutes. How about that? When it started, it was 4 days, and this is just 3 months old. Showing you the incredible weight that technology can bring to this. So that being said, it is still affecting markets around the world. Crypto's being no different. And cryptos never sleep. So let's talk about price discovery on that weekly fractal, because for me, not the all clear, but you know what? Let's take the vitals. Taking the vitals, my chance to actually talk about price discovery. And in that price discovery, from this trader's point of view, is all the information I need to make a trade. It shows up in the price discovery. And so let's just talk about that. Bitcoin right now trading 59.05 on that daily fractal, right near the center line, all right? So a little bit healthier. And when we fractal out to the weekly, it's firmly in lower momentum here, but that number, keep in mind, is at 66.88. Write that down. 66.88 lower momentum on the weekly. Still dabbling in lower momentum on the monthly. Obviously have a little bit more than a week left to go in the month. Would not want to see us close in that low momentum level on that monthly, that 56.28 level that we've talked about over the last several weeks. Anyway, of the 8 that I'm going to cover tonight, 7 of the 8 in lower momentum on the weekly. But these lower momentum levels now on the weekly, for me, becomes kind of like the first signals of all's clear, that we're winning this war against this, that things are going to return to semi-normal. I personally think that things never return quite to the way things were. What a great wake-up call for the world to really laser focus what's important in your lives, what can be discarded, and what systems can be developed, what we need to develop in order to make the world safer and more equitable for all. And the testing side is a glaring example, and especially in this country, in the U.S., how many ridiculous things that we've had go on with the testing, where people that are legitimately sick can't get tested, yet an athlete gets a sniffle or has a headache and their whole team gets tested. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that's again another story. But anyway, Bitcoin right now, 58.88, 58.92, jumping around depending on where you're finding your price discovery. And again, that level, 66.88, low momentum on the weekly. That low momentum collar on the weekly, if we get a flush out, 37.22. And we've talked about some of these lows. The quarterly low momentum, 34.24. The October of 18 low of 32.15. And the October of 13 low, 11.75. Keeping all those areas in mind in case we get a further washout. Those are the type of levels. If you're a long-term accumulator, great places to step in. Ether right now trading 124.20. Lower Mo on the weekly, 133.49. Keep that in mind, 133.49. Again, these lower momentum levels on the weekly for me are somewhat of an all's clear type of level. If we can close these things above these weekly lower momentum levels, it will be showing that the weakness or the sickness in the asset class is abating. XRP right now trading 14.93. Low momentum in XRP, 17.49. Low momentum collar on the weekly, 07.94. Back to Ether, low momentum collar on the weekly, 36.39. Litecoin trading 36.05. Low momentum on the weekly, 41.52. Room down to $13.09. EOS trading 214. Lower momentum on the weekly, 251. Room down to 76 cents. EOS trading, I just did EOS. BNB trading 1126. Lower Mo on the weekly, 1286. Room down to $4.28. Lower momentum collar on the weekly. XTZ, one of the ones, right now XTZ trading $1.50. It's the only one of these 8 that we're going to talk about tonight. Not in lower momentum on the weekly. It's lower momentum level on the weekly, $1.32. Weekly average 206. Weekly lower momentum collar is negative, so forget about that. XLM, the last one covering tonight in the top 8, 07 or 0370. 0370 last. Lower momentum on the weekly, 0427. Room down to 0169. So again, 7 of the 8 in lower Mo on the weekly. And XTZ, the only one, and I've said this the last several weeks, holding up better than the rest of the field. But that's how I'm looking at this, right? You know, I actually bought this dip. I have become a holder with the small amount that I have in. I'll look to add if we get a washout to some of those levels that we talked about, 37.22 in Bitcoin, 34.24, and 32.15. All areas I would think would be great to add. And I'm going to mind the Mo like I always do. Pay attention to these low momentum levels that we've talked about on the weekly, because if we can close out of lower momentum on the weekly in this asset class, at least that would be a sure sign that the fear is abating and that the world can get back to normal. We've already seen it in China here now. obviously they're, at least 8 weeks ahead of where we are right now as far as handling the virus. Maybe we will have a faster rebound than that, simply because of again, I talk about it, the weight of humanity that is pressing on this to solve this issue as far as treatment options, vaccine options, and efficacy. And, the world has gotten its attention for sure. And I'm on the side of humanity versus the virus. I'll tell you that right now. All right, listen, thank you so much for watching. Please share the video. Remember, be disciplined, trade disciplined, mind the mo. And I will see you next week. And hopefully we will have turned the corner here and closed out of low momentum on the weeklies in these crypto assets. And we can be talking about that bull run for the rest of 2020. Thank you.